Hello, welcome. It's the Mystic Psychic here spilling the tea. Today's topic is portal.
Ooh, I'm Ashwani with Southern Fried Psychics.
I'm Leslie Hall, the Purple Rose Psychic.
And I'm Nikel Minzloff, Rising Digital.
Portals.
Excellent. Portals, yeah. So our first podcast, we talked about a portal because it was the 1111 portal. And so I had someone who listened to it, and she was like, I loved all of your ideas on writing stuff down, tearing it up, blah, blah, blah. But she didn't know what a portal was. And so it brought up the question of what is a portal?
I love that because that's something I think that we pride ourselves on as we do take that feedback. And we'll talk about, as long as it's empowering and loving and kind, we will talk about pretty much anything when these questions come up. So I love that she asked you that. So for me, a portal really is like entry point, if you will, into a different dimension. It's different energy. So, I mean, gosh, have y'all seen Star Trek?
Yeah.
We've seen it on TV.
Yeah.
So you can think of that. You just don't always see it with your naked eye. I feel them. So I can be like, oh, yeah, there's a portal right there. And I know a friend of mine that going to her house, she's got a portal in her house.
Oh,
And
awesome.
Pixie, one day when we were over there, she literally was staring at that wall and she was pawing at it. She was trying to get through that portal because I've always said she's a little gift from the stars. She is not a typical dog. She is a little human. And she was pawing at that portal
To get through it.
I love
That's
to get.
awesome.
So
When I first heard the word portal, I have to say I wasn't really sure what it was, but to me, it's really where the veil is thinnest to where you can actually have better communication with your guides and angels in the universe. And so that's what it is to me. Again, the first time I heard it, I was kind of a little bit hesitant, but we use a portal
yes,
during our seances and mediumship and galleries. So
it brings spirits forward.
That's cool.
it does help bring
I
spirits.
didn't realize you
'Cause
guys
can
did
create
that.
your own portal,
Oh.
or you can use the universe for their portals.
How do you create your own portal?
There are, what was it? It's a amethyst portal, and it actually is this big amethyst that's a round circle that has a hole in the center of it, to where that's a portal for bringing spirits forward. So that's your own
Wow.
portal that you can bring through. And you can buy those at different metaphysical shops. So you have your own portal.
That's awesome. I
And then-
love that.
Negative experiences or negative examples of that are when kids or adults think a Ouija board is a toy. It is not, because a Ouija board is a portal opener. And if you don't close it properly, you leave it open. Well, when you leave a portal open, it's just an energy point. Anything can come through. So even, benevolent and non-benevolent. So I say it's either spirits with good intention or misintention, because I don't give power to evil.
Right.
Saying things like that. Just that's just my understanding and being a starseed. But
I like that.
it's you're opening yourself up to negative things that can impact you in a great way.
Right. And I've heard that too with like alcohol.
Oh
Or
yes,
this,
and
you know?
Alcohol is a
totally.
portal.
Yeah.
Alcohol is a portal.
Yeah. There was a lady that I follow, and she said that when you drink, it essentially creates holes in your aura so anything can come in. And I was like, shit, that is intense.
That's it. Very intense, because a lot of people do abuse alcohol. A
Yeah.
lot of people, and that's one of the things I think that actually causes them to have some torment that they don't necessarily need.
Yeah.
You know,
You're
I'm not
feeding the
talking
dark
about
shadow.
hangovers; those are torments themselves.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
but I'm talking about real torment of like letting things come in that really bother them and mess with their psyche.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like when a kid tells you, "Mommy, I've got a monster in the closet," or whatever. Really go check that out. Like, it might be something you're not seeing as a parent that kid is seeing. So that's when you can easily call up a professional, like I did. Gosh, probably for 10 years, I did house clearings and house blessings.
Whoa.
And it was specifically for parents were calling me, my kid can't sleep in the middle of the night, or there's spirits coming to my son's window at night. It's just the
Wow.
horses or the animals are getting upset, those sort of things, because something somewhere got opened. And so it's safety for that child. So believe your kid next time when they tell you things like that, because they see things that we don't, because we've got all these filters in place as we grow up, and we have our programming and we have, religion that tells you this and that. I mean, there's so many things that contribute. I'm not putting any blame on one thing, but pay attention, because children know they don't have all those developed filters that we do as adults.
God, I would have loved you at my dad's house that he had. And like forever, he was like, no, when you walk down the certain hall that led to my room, it felt like something was behind you. Didn't really feel great.
There's
so I don't
a
know.
portal in your hallway.
Well, it was awful. I didn't like it. And because it felt dark and weird. And then later, I actually heard things. And so, but my dad didn't admit it while we lived there. But now he's like, oh, yeah, for sure there was something in there. And I was like,
He didn't want to scare you as a kid.
wow.
That's all
because
it
he
is.
didn't know how to fix it.
Right.
Right.
He
So he's
didn't
like, "It's not
know how
happening."
to fix it. And so whenever that happens, a lot of times adults just ignore it because they can't fix it.
Yeah.
And so that's part of it. But a portal, if you pay attention to animals,
Yeah, they know.
they clearly will tell you what's going on. And so that's always a good indication to really pay attention to your animals. But portals can be made, they can be opened, they can be done with lots of different things. But the best thing about it is you can also close them. You
Right.
don't have to leave them open. So if you have something going on, there's people you can call. I've done some house clearing. I've done some things. It's time for you to really understand that you don't have to live in a fear of that happening.
No, not at all.
Because there are people who can help you with that. They can clear the house. They can clear that. But animals are your first indication. Children are your second.
Yep.
And that's how you know. And then, obviously, whenever they get a little more bold, they may get a little more out of hand. And then adults even notice it. They're like, I notice a really cold feeling in this room. I don't like this room.
Well, and that's that third point, too, like Nicole mentioned earlier, is your sense, your intuition, your sixth sense abilities are your third indicator. Because, like for me, prime example, anytime I go for a clearing or a blessing, things like that, if the hair is standing up on the back of my neck, it's not a nice spirit.
Yeah.
And
Most of them are good spirits.
Yeah, totally.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
And I might need a little backup because
Yeah.
I don't deal with like things that would be considered demonology, stuff like that,
Yeah.
because they can hurt you if you allow it, or you're, excuse me, susceptible to that, things like that. I know it does exist. However, I don't give power to it.
Right.
And so I would just probably revert back to, being ordained and use holy water and things like that. Even though I'm not religious, I have that I can tap into, or I call a professional that does demonology, something of that nature. So think of like Charmed. We saw portals all the time.
Yeah. Yeah. I like that, that prayer, the light of, why can't I think of it now? The light of God surrounds us. The love of God enfolds us. The protection prayer.
My
prayer.
mentor did that one. That's in Zero to Psychic. I left it in.
I love that. That is probably one of the main prayers I have identified with and use now still. But because I literally picture it, the light of God surrounding me.
Yeah.
The love enfolding me, the power protecting me, the presence is with me. Wherever I go, God is all as well.
Right.
Yep.
And
you
that
can
is what
add
you have.
You can add to that. Sorry, Leslie.
That's okay. Go ahead.
You can add to that any spirits or energy that are here that are not for my highest good or Xenia's high good, leave now.
Okay.
Because the spirits have to abide by what you're saying. And if you're not welcoming those in, so that's why I don't like a welcome mat for that particular reason, is you're welcoming in anything. No, everything I do is about intention, which I know some people disagree about. Intention doesn't mean a lot, but for me, it's everything. It's how I was trained. It's honoring and respecting all energies. So you have to respect the dark to know the light. And to know the light, you've been in the dark. So it just goes back to all that.
There's a lot of things like with the portal. There are, even if you don't have like a portal in your home, or you don't have the portal that you feel or anything, what we are talking about and what we were talking about the last time was the portal that was created by the date and the time. So there are portals that are created for you to manifest things and to actually do some practicing of letting go some things. And those portals are usually on dates like 10-10,
8,
11,
11-11, 8-8, those kinds of things. And then also with full moons,
Mm-hmm.
those are also portals. And what those portals are all about is like actually lifting the veil
Mm-hmm.
for you to connect with the universe, to release some things and to ask for some things.
Mm.
And so that was a portal we talked about in the first podcast,
Yeah.
is how to use that and how to really make that portal count for you. Because, yeah, 11-11 is going to come around, 12-12 is going to come around,
Mhm.
but they don't come around but once a month. Full moons come around, once every 30 days, 31 days. I don't really know. It could be more, it could be less. But those eclipses, those portals that open with the moon and with the dates, it's a great time for someone who just wants to release some things and gain stuff.
Mm-hmm.
What do you guys know about mirrors and portals?
Mirrors can definitely be a portal. Witches use them a lot in a lot of ways, but in my understanding, you can also use it for protection. So sometimes when I'm working with a client, I'll get, oh, you've had a witch past life, or, oh, you're witchy now, or whatever. So you can actually wear a necklace that has a little mirror on it to reflect away from you anything that's projectile. Anyone could do this, really, but it's just a little mirror necklace. I have one that looks like a little handheld mirror, and I only wear it when I absolutely feel like I need it. And it's usually when somebody's going to be projecting onto me, because I like to try to read the energy prior, if I'm going somewhere, or if I'm leading a group or whatever, so that I'm not drained or it doesn't pull from me, because I always set that standard. But mirrors that's why they cover them up with the dead when dead die.
Yeah.
You would see they were wise women, they were shamans, shamanesses, they were medicine men and women. Some people called them a naturopath or a death walker. Is they cover the mirrors when people die, because mirrors are portals.
Mm.
And so one of the biggest things is don't have a mirror facing your back door. Don't have a mirror facing a door, period, because it invites being an open portal.
And in your bedroom, right? I've heard that too. Like your bed.
You can have it in your bedroom. So what I used to do is I covered mine at night
Okay.
when I was sleeping, just because that was just naturally what was coming up for me. So you want to pay your own intuition. And so if you want to bet a mirror in your bedroom, be fine with it. Don't give it fear to it. And maybe you're just covering it up, or maybe you're turning it. I like the ones that are old school where you can turn them around
Mm-hmm.
and have it face the wall. It's mostly that you just don't want to have it facing you or where you're sleeping, that sort of thing, because things can come in. Now, there are people who don't buy into that energy at all, and that's okay. I would never want to change what you believe, but these are just some things that we know that we're sharing.
So I have some mirrors in my bedroom.
Mhm.
You do?
Yeah, I do. And
have one.
it doesn't bother me at all. I mean, like, I don't necessarily, because the intention with it is not for it to be a portal.
Mm-hmm.
So see, I believe that, like, with anything, you can make something an intention, and that then it becomes that. However, if I were to be getting a mirror from an estate sale, an
Oh,
old
yes.
mirror, I would definitely put it in the moonlight and cleanse it before I brought it into my house.
Mm-hmm.
That's just because of that would be my intention, is that it would come into the house clean. And so that's the reason why I have that intention. Now, have I done scribing in a mirror? Yes, I have.
What is that?
Scrying.
Scrying, not scribing, scrying. I did that the other day too.
It's okay.
Scrying
It's
in
easy.
a mirror.
Easy
I've
to
done
do.
scrying in a mirror. I've done scrying in water. And
What is
so
it?
what scrying is that you look into it with an intention of seeing something psychically.
Mm.
And so, like, it will come on the water, or it will come, and then it actually gives you information. You can do it with a black, is it
Onyx.
obsidian mirror?
Oh, no,
it's
it
in a
is
black
obsidian.
obsidian
Yeah,
mirror.
thank you.
A black obsidian mirror will have that, and it's a crystal mirror that's like, it's a crystal that's in a disc shape that's been polished to where it's like a mirror.
Reflective.
Wow.
And you can actually do that.
Mhm.
I read for someone the other day, and I could tell that that was her gift. And I was like, I've never told anyone that they can scry, but you can scry in a mirror.
Wow.
I walked over and because I was at a crystal shop, and we walked over and I picked up an obsidian disc and I said, "Hold this," and the look on her face was just like transformative.
Wow.
And so she took that, and then she was like, "Well, I'm kind of scared that, could it let something in?" Because again,
You be careful.
it's a portal kind of a thing to where you have to be careful. And so I told her, yes, but here's what you can do. You can put it in a black sack.
Yep.
When
that's
you're not
exactly what I say.
utilizing it. You can put the intention that this only be used by you for one way. There's all kinds of things you can do. But what was funny is that her grandmother used to play cards all the time. And the reflectiveness of the card deck is what she would scry in. And so it was something that, like, truly, when I saw that, I was like, oh, your grandmother also did it. And she was like, yeah. And so it's kind of cool to see that. You never know who's going to be doing what. But like I said, with the intention of a mirror, I truly tried to give it the intention of not having to be a portal and give it the intention I need it to be. That's part of everything that we do is what intention do you have with this? What is it you want to happen with this? Because once you set those standards, it's like asking them to leave your house. It is this, they have to abide by it.
Wow.
Yep.
Man. Does that
It
clear
does.
that as
It
mud?
clears that up. Yeah. Well, and I'm still on Dina checking the energy before a situation. I didn't even think that was an option.
That's just one of my abilities I've done since I was a little kid.
Yeah.
I just thought everybody did it because that's part of being someone psychic is everybody's abilities are different. That's why I love Southern Fried Psychics and creating that because it's about the power of collaboration and diverse abilities that when you bring that together, it just has like a well-rounded effect for live audience. But I love that you said that because so many times in my head, I'm thinking, oh, well, everybody does this. But, and you kind of can because.
But you do. You just don't know you do it. Think about it.
It's an intuitive thing. Like, it's like, why did you wear a purple shirt instead of a black shirt? Or when you put on a black t-shirt, you don't know why, but you just knew you needed to wear black today. Oh, black is a psychic protector. It absorbs all things negative.
Think about it when you're asked to go
loved black
someplace
forever.
and you don't have plans, but you have this gut feeling you don't want to go. That is you using that.
Wow.
Because you've done that. You've like been
1000%.
asked to be like, hey, why don't we go have coffee? And you're like, I do not want to go have coffee with this person.
Yeah. A pit in my
I
stomach.
have plenty of time, but no, I don't want to go have coffee. It's one of those things. Like I said, you do it. You just don't know because you haven't stated it out loud that you do that.
Yeah.
But it is what you do.
Wow.
Just like, anytime you're doing anything, you consider, is that really what I want to do? And you get these twinges in your gut and your voice that says, oh, this one's not going to be good. This is going to be a shit show. You don't want to go.
So you can think of it this way too, is I love that you're saying it that way, Leslie, because think of it this way, is you're creating a virtual crystal ball and you're looking into that crystal ball, which is actually a portal in a lot of ways. And you're looking at that energy forward. So I've used it for places to live. I've used it for people I meet. Should I collaborate with this person? Things like that. And I've not always got it 100%. There's been sometimes I got the information and I'm like, wow, they seem really kind and really nice. I think we will be a good fit. And then it ends up not working out because it wasn't for my highest good, which is always my intention. If this is for my highest good or better, or if they're our collective highest good, however you want to word it. But you're just basically looking at portal energy of what's available forward.
Yeah, and that makes sense too, thinking about what's your highest good, because immediately I was thinking about like life's obstacles and trauma and stuff like that, right? But it's like, but in the end, because we've chosen the intention to resiliency, basically, or resilience, that it was for the highest good. Yeah. So yeah, I like that. Wow.
So one of the things, because we're going to have to wrap this up, I also want to make sure that people don't fear portals.
No.
Right.
They're,
Yeah,
they're,
yeah,
they're
yeah.
not to be feared.
No.
Using the portal to release things and manifest things and actually gain some stuff in your life is really a good thing. The portals that are negative, work with someone to correct that for you.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't have to be that way.
Mm-hmm.
But I just want to make sure everyone knows that it's not a bad thing.
Mm-hmm.
We talked a lot about the bad instead of like the benefits of the good, but there are great things to be had with a portal.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's with anything. Anything has, dark and light kind of thing. So I think we're just educating on that aspect. I don't think we talked about too much of the dark stuff. Plus, as long as you don't feed into the fear, you're not fueling it, because lower vibrations literally thrive and grow when you add fear to it.
Mm-hmm.
That's why so many people right now, they're not sure what to think. They don't know what to do. They feel like they're not safe, all these things, because we have so much fear out there of what's next, what's happening, all that stuff. Well, no one knows what the future really holds. Even psychics, that's not the way it works.
It doesn't always work the way we think it works.
No.
And it doesn't. I have to tell you, I told someone the other day something was going to happen, and it was going to happen, but then she started doing something that made sure it wasn't going to happen. I'm like, and then she called and she said, well, is it still going to happen? I'm like, no, you just messed that whole thing up. It wasn't my fault. It was yours. You used your will to make things messed up. So it's all good. It's all
Intention.
It's intention. People have free will.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's what you have to go with.
Yeah.
But we're going to wrap this up. Any last thoughts, Nikel?
Just be careful with your intentions, man, and focus on the positive. And I think that's all I got.
How about you, Missy?
If something's bothering you or something's, kicking up fear, whatever it is, just consult a professional. Reach out to one of us or somebody that you really align with, and let us help you move through whatever is kicking up for you.
My only thought is you can use the portal for good, you can use the portal for bad, but you always can use a portal, and it's always a good thing to release and to manifest. So we're going to wrap this up. We hope that you all have had a great day, and we look forward to hearing you give us any feedback so that we can change anything, or ask us a question. We'll be happy to answer it.
Ooh, we love the comments. Now just keep them kind.
Yes, please, kind.
So we're going to wrap this up. This has been a great day with the Mystic
Spilling the Tea.
I'm Ashwani of Southern Fried Psychics.
I'm Leslie Hall, the Purple Rose Psychic.
I'm Nikel with Rising Digital.